Welcome to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. I'm Tori Mystic, here with my dogs Lucy and Bert. Together, we're interviewing cool, creative women entrepreneurs in the pet industry. Do you dream of working alongside your dog? Then sit, stay, and listen to the latest episode to find the inspiration and resources that will help you grow your own dog-inspired business. On this episode, I'm talking to Julie Krauss, who is the co-founder of HuggleHounds, the maker of some of our favorite dog toys. Each year, HuggleHounds redesigns their holiday collections, and Julie shares with us what that process is like, from starting the designs a year and a half in advance to the final delivery, which includes inspecting every single toy to make sure they meet their safety standards. It's no surprise that HuggleHounds is also a dog-friendly workplace, so listen to hear what it's like to have 7 dogs in the office. We talk about all that and way more. Let's dive in. Julie Krauss is the co-founder of HuggleHounds, a brand that creates premium pet products that combine in-depth research with cutting-edge technology. When she launched the brand in 2008, Julie sensed a continued and growing trend of pet owners eager to invest heavily in their pet's overall well-being, coupled with a gap in the marketplace of high-quality, safety-minded, and highly styled pet products. Today, HuggleHounds is widely recognized as the most unique, design-driven, and highly styled line of pet products available. They're known for intense product testing, groundbreaking technology, and a focus on durability, along with exciting season-changing styles that appeal to pet parents worldwide. You can find their products at the finest retailers in the pet space, from Orvis to LL Bean and independent pet boutiques around the globe. Julie is also a proud dog mom to 2 Labradors, Scout and Bridget. Hi, Julie.
Hi, how are you today, Tori?
I'm doing so good. I'm really excited to talk to you about HuggleHounds because HuggleHounds is like a big deal. Like, you're kind of an awesome guest to have on my show.
Well, thank you for saying that. You're an awesome person too. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's really, really great. So, my dogs love HuggleHounds. I'm a big fan of it as a pet parent. We've tried a bunch of different toys, but from different collections, different styles. And what stands out the most to me is that most of them are plush, soft toys, but they're also super durable. And usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So tell us a little bit about how you make that happen.
Well, we have a lining on all of our plush toys. We call it Tuffet technology. It's actually different than most linings that you'll find on other dog toys. It's 2 layers. We use a mesh layer and a durable, a solid layer, which we laminate before we cut and sew every toy. And they're all made by hand by really very top quality craftsmen, because it's very difficult to make our toys, because when they're stitched together, we use a very heavy thread. We have very tight specifications for our stitches per inch, but where they're stitched together, think about it, it's 3 layers coming together. So we understand the way dogs chew, and it's really more like a gnawing, because it's like a pair of scissors, if you will, the teeth going back and forth and back and forth. So no plush toys are completely durable or can withstand very tough chewers, but we try to slow them down. And one of my customers told me something I always like to talk about is good dogs destroy a HuggleHounds toy as opposed to destroying your shoes. So buy more HuggleHounds. So we really do manufacture toys a lot differently than other people in the marketplace. And we really saw an opportunity to make a very well-made, as durable as you can buy plush toy, because dogs really do enjoy it relieves boredom. They like to chew. They really do enjoy, and a lot of dogs, like my Bridget, just likes to have a plush toy in her mouth just to carry them around. They're very soothing. So that was our goal when we created Tuffet technology. It's Firefly Green, so you can always tell it's a HuggleHound toy, because if the dog gets through it, you'll be able to see the green lining.
Well, and I think in addition to that lining, what's really thoughtful about how the toys are designed. I had some of I think it was the Rainbow Naughties, and they have squeakers in like the feet or the hands of the creatures. But if your dog happens to rip off an arm, like Bert did to one of them, the squeaker is contained in that little knot. So you're not worried about them swallowing something like that, or it's easy to take it away from them, and it makes the toys really safe for the dogs.
Yes, and they love the more squeakers, the better, because my Scout loves to just kill a squeaker until it doesn't squeak anymore, and then she's happy. So she's got 5 in every one of our naughties. But you're right, we did do that purposely. Plus, it's easy for a dog to pick up where the knot is. Everybody laughs. They used to say I was a dog before my prior life, and I take that as a big compliment. But we really do try to design them to be very safety minded, but also to flop around and really play well with dogs, whether they're with another dog or they're with their owner or they're entertaining themselves.
Yeah, and I think they complement a lot of different playing styles as well, which is
Yes.
nice.
Yes, I agree. Whether they're inside, outside, and you can always wash them. They're 100% washable, and you can throw them in the dryer as well. So they really do. And sometimes the more you wash them, the better the fabric becomes. So they hold up pretty well, whether they're inside, outside, playing with 2 dogs. Although we have 7 dogs in the office, and sometimes if all 7 are playing with one toy, the toy doesn't always come out on the winning end of it, but it really does show us that the more dogs, sometimes the more tough they are on toys if they all like to play with the same toy at the same time.
Right, if they're all going after the same thing, I can imagine. I want to come work in your office. You guys have
Oh, it's so
7
much fun.
dogs.
It's so much fun. Except sometimes we have one delivery man who's a little bit afraid, but depending on the dog that comes, they all know, they all get a cookie. So it's a dog's life over here. It's really fun at HuggleHounds. And it really reminds us, seriously, every day when we come to work, we're doing stuff for them. So we just, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we say at the end of the day, let's just try to make these dogs happy. And that's the ultimate compliment when someone writes. I had someone write this morning and say, thank you for making a dog toy that really holds up and makes my dog happy. And that's really our goal. We just want all the dogs to be happy with their HuggleHounds.
I love that. That's a very noble cause, I think, to go after. And it's probably great, if you're trying out a new idea
Yeah,
or developing a
absolutely.
new product, you've got all your testers right there.
Absolutely. And when we do our holiday collection if we have a scarf or something, oh, doesn't that look nice on the black fur and the yellow fur and the brown fur? And look at this one's a little speckled, a little mutt. So we try it on every dog just to make sure it fits and it looks nice. And yeah, they're perfect. They come in very handy. Plus they sleep most of the day on our Huggle Fleece mats.
Well, there you go. And then when you go home, they're nice and tired, probably because they've
They
been
are
playing all day.
totally. They're very tired. They play, they go to sleep. My girls are both 8, so they play a little bit and then they sleep most of the day. So yes, they work hard.
Yeah, that's so fun. Well, so you mentioned a little bit about your holiday collection, and I was really surprised to find that every year HuggleHounds redesigns all of your holiday toys. You don't just re-release the same Santa Claus every year. So tell us a little bit about that process. How early do you start planning for your holiday toys?
Well, that's a really good question, Tori. We always say around here, it's always Christmas time at HuggleHounds because we're always working on it. So the 2020 collection, which will ship in July, I've already ordered samples. So we finish it September of 19 is when we finalized. Actually, July of 19 is when we finalize all the products that we'll be showing. We show our customers in March, and then they're for the following Christmas. So as soon as that's done, we start the process all over again. So whether it's holiday, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Hanukkah, we're always designing new collections, and we really do. We just swipe, this time of year as we start getting catalogs. So we're already thinking about our 2021 collection. What are the trends we see? This year, we're super excited. 2019, we call it our Sparkle and Shine Reindeer. And we have a special fabric that actually is heat stamped, but we've tested it with UL to make sure that if it's in the dog's mouth, it's completely free of heavy metals, but it's beautiful. So the trend now is you see a lot of white and mercury glass. For humans, we try to take all those looks that people like and we try to put it into our toys or our scarves or our 2-foot bone. we do a lot for holiday, whether it's a little bit of things that the dogs can put on to wear, to be dressed up, or you can have under a Christmas tree, or whatever holiday you celebrate, we have something that helps you celebrate that holiday. And you're right, Tori, every year we do a completely new collection. Sometimes we'll have one thing that we just can't. We have a little round Santa Claus and a rough text toys, and he's just so great. We've had him, I think we've run him 4 years, but we'll put him to sleep for a year, then we bring him back out. But every year we really try to keep our collection to, I think we probably have 30 new toys every year. But
Wow.
you know, we do a sparkle and shine, and we'll do a plaid, and we'll do, you know, a little bit for somebody who likes to go to LL Bean, or somebody who likes to shop at a really high-end boutique, you know, that's all pink and sparkly. So we try to run the gamut. So we do something for every dog owner, and it makes it fun, and it just makes it exciting every year just to bring out an entire new collection. And I think our customers like that. And I think the dogs probably don't know, but our consumers know. It always gives them a different reason to buy something new. Oh, I need this one, and I need that one. Oh, look at this one. They're all so cute. If you can get somebody to put it in their hands, that's half the battle. And that's really what we try to do, is make it 3D and make it interesting to look at it, and just something you want to pick up, and something you touch and you say, I can see my dog loving that in their mouth. It's so nice and soft.
Yeah.
And it's well made. So I think it's a win-win proposition. That's what we like to say.
Well, and I love too that you're not really limited to, like you said, the more rough, outdoorsy kind of customer versus the one who likes the sparkle and pink and rainbow. You guys kind of run the gamut on everything, and that's really fun because you can probably just let your creativity go wild.
Go a little wild, exactly. And
Yeah,
if we have 30 items, we probably have 60 to choose from. And it's not just me. We have a design team. So we have 4 people on this team, and everybody looks at things through different eyes. And I think the more people and the more opinions that we can get, I think it makes the product better and better. And every year, as we've been lucky enough to grow our business and to add people and add new dogs, small dogs, big dogs, you know, we don't discriminate. It's just made it more interesting because it works for, you know, a Labrador Retriever, and it works for a little, we have tiny little wee toys that our customer, one of my customers said, we did cat toys, and they said, oh, you need to make this for the tiny little dogs. And I was like, really? You know, because I have these big girls and they like big toys, and we do big toys really well. But now we also do little toys really well. So it's our challenge, you know, and it's our opportunity to make toys that are right sized for dogs. And we always say, size up for safety. So if you're never sure what size toy to buy, we always say go up a little bit, because it's more safe to have a bigger toy in a dog's mouth than something that's too little that they could potentially swallow or choke on.
yeah, definitely. When you were talking about, you know, something that your dog's excited to put in their mouth, or you're just excited to pick up or something, it made me think of when I was at Super Zoo in August and I went to the HuggleHounds booth. There was one thing that I had to pick up, and it was the hand puppet.
Absolutely. And that's interesting, right? Because it's 3D, and it, when you touch it, you're like, you expect it to be soft, but it's a little bit of the rubber, and it's, you know, it looks like it's corduroy, but it has this rubber feel, and it's kind of interesting. And that's what we do. We blend different textures and fabrics. I had a friend, Stephen Unick. He was an artist. He made beautiful, mostly labs, but they were drawings, they were wood carvings of dogs. And he said we all live in a 2D world, and people react to 3D. And I think that's why they like our corduroy. And as you said, we combine it with the rubber, and it just makes you happy. You just have to reach out and touch it. It adds a dimension to your world. And I think the more 3D, it just makes it more interesting for the dog. And I think for the owner, especially like Huggle Fleece, it took us 3 years to develop that fabric. It's so thick, and it's like natural lamb's wool. But when you put that in your hand, you're just like, oh, I could see my dog would just be so happy with this toy in the mouth. And my Bridget, that's all she wants to do is carry it. And she carries her HuggleHound ball, and then she uses it as a pillow for her to put her chin on, and she just sleeps on it. And it's just super thick and luxurious and luxe, and it just feels good. So I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
don't
what we
know
do.
what it is about the Huggle Fleece
It's
men, but
crazy.
my dogs have never had a toy that they love so much. And we have the smaller size one, and then we have like the big super sized
The bone.
man. No, the
Oh, the
man.
man. Okay. Yes, yes,
And
yes.
they love it. And then Lucy, I was actually looking for a replacement because Lucy had this like really grody, nasty old Pooh Bear stuffed animal that she'd been playing. She's had her whole life probably, and it's on its last legs. Its like head is exploding.
Yep.
It needs to move on. And I saw the Huggle Fleeceman, and I was like, I think this could be a contender for a Pooh Bear replacement.
A Pooh Bear.
And her favorite thing to do to her Pooh Bear was to like nuzzle or suckle kind of on its
Yes.
face. I think
Yes.
labs like to do that, and other dogs maybe too. But she started nuzzling on her Huggle Fleece Man this
Yep.
week. So I was like, yes, he's officially sealed the deal. He's in the fam.
Yep, yep. It's funny. You're
They
right,
love it.
Tori, because we had someone call today. We had done a dreidel with this woolly fabric, and he called our office today and said, "Do you have any more? Because it's really a pacifier for my dog. She doesn't chew it. She just, when she's going to bed, she likes it in her mouth, and she just kind of, it's so soft." And he's like, "I need more." So I think you're right. I think that dogs, instead of, some dogs don't chew, they have like soft mouths, and I think they just like something in their mouth, and it just makes them content, almost like a pacifier.
Yeah, totally, totally. And so you guys created that fabric. You didn't go out and order bolts of it from
No,
somewhere
we
else?
created it. That's right. We worked really hard because we wanted to emulate real lamb's wool. Obviously, we can't and we wouldn't have a lamb's wool toy, but the great thing about it is it's so cushioned on our mats. You don't need any filling. So there's no fill inside. It might shift when the dog's weight and kind of squish down. And the Huggle Fleece fabric with your dog, when it's kind of gets a little grody, you can put that in the washer machine and put it in the dryer, and the Huggle Fleece comes out better. The more you wash that fabric, the better it is. It's just super dense, so it, for a bed and even for a toy, it wicks moisture, so it pulls it away. Even after washing, when you take it out, it feels dry to the touch because it wicks so well. So it's like a high performance fabric, but it's very thick and fluffy and just cushions joints if they're laying on it. It's just a particularly good fabric. It keeps them cool in the summer and it keeps them warm in the winter. So it's a really, we love it, and we're using more and more of it. We started with mats and beds, and we brought it into toys, and now we're looking at mixing it with a little corduroy. It's just a really, really fun dog fabric. They just love that feeling in their mouth.
Yeah, it's a great texture, and I think it looks great too. I think they look great lying around my house, which I like because,
People do like that.
yeah, because, I'm tired of like having things that look like they're for babies. I want stuff that
Right.
kind of blends in with the rest of my decor at my house
Decor.
because,
Right.
the dog's toys, try to put them away, but they're everywhere.
Right. And that's the way it should be. They like them. And as I said, it's better than chewing your shoes. So you have them out. But I agree with you. And I think that's when we started HuggleHounds. I think that we sensed that there were people who were evolving from just somebody who had a dog who might be in the backyard, as food has evolved and picked up on human trends. And the more you take care of your dog, the way you take care of yourself, people want toys that look nice, as you said, in their house with their decor. And I really think at holiday we try to do that, so that if you have a silver Christmas tree, oh, here's a dog toy that goes with that. Or if you have buffalo plaid Christmas tree skirt, we have a toy that will go with that. So it blends, no matter mid-century modern or colonial. We kind of have a toy that works with everybody's taste. And it's, something we pride ourselves on, because I do think the type of people who like to buy our products, they like something that they want to have in their house. They want it to look nice, and they want their dog to be happy. So.
Well, and I think what's so nice about, buying holiday toys from HuggleHounds is that that they're really great quality, because I think a lot of times around the holidays, you'll see, or I'll get as gifts, maybe some cheap little stuffed animal candy cane or something. And it is so flimsy and it falls apart instantly, and you just throw it away within 5 minutes. It's like not even worth it.
Right.
So buying something that's safer for your dog to play with, looks better. You can actually leave it out for the whole month.
Right.
And then you could even put it away and bring it out next year. And
Bring
then
it
your
out
dog's
next
like
year.
really
Right.
excited to see it again.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I think you're 100% right. And all of our toys we embroider, a little heart. We call it our HuggleHound promise, our HuggleHound heart promise. And that ensures that the way it's made on the inside, the way it's made on the outside, that it's an authentic HuggleHound dog toy. So we've done that from the very beginning. You can always tell if it's one of ours if it has a heart embroidered on it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. So Julie, you've been in the pet industry for about
Don't say it.
20, like for like 10 years, right?
Yeah, a long time. Too long. Too long.
A while. We'll just say
A while.
Okay. And, things have changed. Like even just in the 5 years that I've kind of been working in this space, things have changed. I think the mindset has sort of shifted. So now people are really pet parents more. I think that's kind of like become the dominant theme rather than even just a pet owner. So what has that kind of shift meant for you as a company in the pet industry?
Oh, it's been crazy. I remember I started in the mid 80s, and I can remember it was probably 87 or 88 when the first plush dog toy came out. And it looked like the Huggle Fleece Man. And it was made in the United States, and everybody was like, wow, what a good idea. So imagine 1987, the beginning of the plush dog toy industry. And I remember when we started HuggleHounds, as you said, we really saw an opportunity. We didn't want to be just another cheap dog toy. The world didn't need us to do that. There's a lot of people in the space. We wanted to do something that was completely different. So we found a new fabric, and we really said, if we're going to do this, we have to be bringing something to the table, not just another plush dog toy. So we kind of went in at the high end. We went in with a more expensive proposition, but we also knew to justify the price, because people are willing to pay more if you deliver more. We talked about it before. We can't deliver a toy that no dog can destroy, but we deliver a toy that never has things that will pop off or that will harm your dog. So every detail is embroidered on our toys. From our college mascots, we don't have a t-shirt on. We actually embroider on the belly of the animal, if it's Johns Hopkins Blue Jay, it's a Blue Jay with their logo embroidered on the chest of the toy. So every detail is embroidered. Everything is made with care. Squeakers are knotted into the ends of the toys, as you said. So we said, we can deliver something that we could potentially, charge. It's a $20 dog toy, but if we do that, we need to deliver quality. And I think we do that with every toy. Now, they are handmade. Sometimes there'll be a stitch that pops, and we do guarantee against any manufacturing defect. So when you buy a HuggleHounds toy, and we're very proud of that. It's been tested. It's gone through quality control. It goes through a metal detector, because they are all handmade and hand stitched. That's how dog toys are made. You need to make sure there's no stray needles or any metal in the dog toy. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you want to make sure it's as safe as can be. And we do all those things. We also do incoming inspection on all our dog toys. And I don't know of anybody else who does that. So once it gets into our warehouse, we make sure, once again, it goes through a metal detector, just to double ensure that everything that we send out to our customers have been gone through as thoroughly as we would want to do for our own children or our own dogs. So we do that, and we're proud of what we bring as what we see as our difference in the marketplace. Highly styled, really good quality. We have a great supply chain. We're in stock, and we always are redesigning. So you're always going to see something new from HuggleHounds.
Yeah, it seems like there's always something new coming out, and it always makes you say, I want that. I need that one.
I want that one. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Which one's your favorite? It always changes, and we're always trying to offer something better than what we did last time. And that's always the fun part about Christmas. I always say, this is my favorite collection. And then the year after, I'm like, oh, thank God, we found something else that is my new favorite collection.
Okay, so I don't know how long you've been making dog toys, for years and years and years. Do you have a favorite?
I think if somebody said to me, what's your favorite HuggleHound? I think it would be the original Sock Monkey Naughty. I love him. I love his bright red lips. I love the printed corduroy we use. I just think I always wanted to do a sock monkey, and you can't use sweater material to make a dog toy. when I was doing one of my sourcing trips, I was in the fabric market, and I saw that fabric and I said, I can do a sock monkey. I can finally make a sock monkey that'll hold up for a dog. There's something charming about it. And when I see those red lips, I think of sugar lips, and I'm just like, you're perfect. So to me, that's the perfect dog toy. I love all of them, but if I had to pick one, that would probably be my pick.
It's a very classic one. I think that it's a very kind of classically stylish little toy, but like you said, durable.
Durable.
Yeah.
And that's our challenge. We just can't make a sweater sock monkey because the dog's going to chew it right apart. So I would never do it. And when I saw that fabric, I'm like, I can finally make a sock monkey that will look good.
It's so funny you say that, because I remember when I was a kid, my sister had a sock monkey, like knitted sweater material sock monkey, like Paul Frank or something, I think was like the brand of all the monkey stuff.
Yes.
And our dog that we had
with
growing
the
up,
polka dots.
Yeah, our dog growing up like destroyed that thing.
Yeah.
Took it off her bed one day and it was a goner.
Yeah, and people have always, let's do a sock monkey, but I never found the right fabric. And when we found that fabric, it reminded me of sweater, but it was our corduroy, and I was like, we can do it. So I think that would probably be my favorite, followed by the Huggle fleece ball, because that's Bridget's favorite. And Bridget is the sweetest little mush face in the world. So she loves it. I love it.
Well, yeah, before we have to go, tell us a little bit about your two dogs and what makes them so amazing.
They are, I have one son, human son, but I have two Labrador Retriever daughters, and I love them. They do everything with me. They come to work every day. I have a ramp for my car. They're both 8. I adopted Bridget about 2 years ago. She needed a new home. She had been a mama at a very, very good breeder out in Ohio, and she needed a home. So I brought her into our house. And Scout I had as a puppy. So she's kind of my little devil. She's 8, but she's still my little mischievous, sweetheart. And Bridget is just the mushiest. What you think of in a lab. I've never heard her bark. She's just sweet, and she would never hurt anybody. So they're just the loves of my life. I love them.
They sound just perfect.
They're perfect. They are. And they're good sisters. They let each other sleep in each other's beds, and they don't steal food from each other. They like to go on little adventures, but they're just the sweetest little dumplings.
No, I love it. I love it. Well, and I have such a soft spot for labs. So
yeah, they're all, I know when you have to pick, like I love all dogs, but there's just something about my labs. I lost my Salem. She was 14 about 3 years ago. So that was my heart dog, but I love these girls as well. It's, they're just, dogs just have a little place in your heart that nothing else could ever take the place of, ever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that seems like a really good place to end our interview.
Thank you so much.
On a wonderful high note. So tell everyone where they can find HuggleHounds online, or maybe where they can look for it in person.
Sure. Well, we sell, as you said, we sell to Orvis, we sell to LL Bean, and we sell to all the very best independent pet boutiques. So you could definitely go there. We sell to In the Company of Dogs, which is a catalog company. So they have an online store as well as a catalog that comes out. And we also have our own website, www.hugglehounds.com, which has everything. So you can check it out. You can go to a local store to buy it, whatever works for you. Just so long as you try our product, you'll be as happy as can be.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'll be sorry.
I can vouch for it. I think everyone would like it if they try it out. So
yeah. Well, thank you so much. It was so nice to speak with you and catch up. And thank you for talking about HuggleHounds.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of a better topic.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. You can fetch show notes at wearwagrepeat.com. If you like what you hear, please hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, we'll see you around the dog park.